And for 10 years, I was believing as long as I'm stronger, I can control this devil. It doesn't work like that. Once you create devil, you can't control. But the spirit, it's completely separate from your mind. That's why it's so important. Hello, this is Momoyo. Today, I would like to talk about mental illness and spiritual, why they are so related. I would like to really explain. The other day, I watched a TV show in Netflix. It's called Adolescence. It was really, really nicely done, the TV show. So a boy, he's 13, he murdered a girl. So the TV show was showing the case, what happened behind, why this boy, he did it, how parents were reacting and this. It was very interesting. When he was in jail, he was talking to a psychologist. He kept telling to the psychologist, I really didn't do. That wasn't me. It just happened. It was me. I'm a parent. If something happened to my daughter, I'll go crazy if I hear, what do you mean? You didn't. You did it. You should just admit and at least say sorry. But he keeps saying, it wasn't me. I've been thinking, why he'd say not? First of all, I would like to say, myself, I suffer from eating disorder for many years. I'm a survivor. It started middle of teens. It's like the boy. I think I started like eating disorder 14 until middle of 20. So it's quite long time. I tried everything because I was believing. I don't know if you're aware what is eating disorder. My case, I think every eating disorder, it's different symptoms. But my case was like almost two different personality in my head. One person, it's a really good person. I eat very healthy. I just want to have a normal life. But the other one, it's called devil. You have to eat now. So once devil pop in to my head, this person, the good person of me, can't really control. This devil is way stronger than a normal person. This devil will take over my brain. It's just covered with a message in my brain. Just eat, until I said, no, you keep eating. If suddenly the devil come out, I will become completely different person. It's like a monster, eating monster. I cannot stop until my stomach almost burst. It's really scary. My family got scared. I never told to anyone else, so I don't think my friends are aware, but they were really thinking I'm a bit strange. Sometimes I just disappear and never came back, or not coming to school so often. I just couldn't control my life. Let's say when I wake up, it's a normal day. This is a nice day. Finally, it's me. I'm going to school. I'm gonna go out with a friend after school. This is me. But 5 minutes after, devil pop out. You have to eat now. So this one is no power. Eat now. So start eating, open the fridge. Eat from fridge top to bottom. Doesn't matter tasty or not. Frozen food, anything. Butter, sugar, everything edible. It's really, really pain. And after that, you're just going to throw out. On and on. And every single day, the good person of me promising, never happen again. But always few minutes later, the devil will pop out. So this always fighting. Today, it's my control. But devil said, no, I'm always winning. And for 10 years, I was believing, as long as I'm stronger, I can control this devil. It doesn't work like that. That is called mental illness. I think lots of people not aware. It's like almost when you have cancer. Can you control the pain? No, you can't. You can't control when you break your bone. You can't control the pain. So it's happening. It's like a body reaction, isn't it? When you have cancer, feeling pain means the body is telling you that it's something wrong, right? That's a signal. Almost a body reaction. Mental illness, you can't control. Lots of people are not aware. I did lots of treatment. I tried. So let's say talking therapy. First I went. They told me, you don't love yourself. You need to love yourself. The more you love, the more you become confident and you will not have eating disorder. That is true. But if I can love myself so easily, I would never had eating disorder in the first place. So the other therapist told me, you did not get enough love from parents. You should talk to parents. The parents should love you more. I was young, so I went to my mom. My therapist told me that you need to love me more. That's why I don't have enough love, and then I'm suffering from eating disorder. Oh my God, my mom got bonkers. She's really, really angry to me, shouting at me. What are you saying? How can you say to your own parents? Complaining, how did I raise you? Okay. I got even more sad, and I went to psychiatrist. So psychiatrist told me, you need to stay in the hospital. This is eating habit. You have to correct your eating habit. So I'm gonna monitor you how you eat. And then once you start eating regularly, you'll be fine. So I had to stay for 2 weeks in the hospital. A lot of mental illness people are there. Some of them are really crazy, screaming. Okay, regularly the food is coming. Very nice and healthy food. Then monitoring. Am I not eating too much? Or am I not really throwing up in the toilet? They just following me all the time. Basically, it's in the jail. I had no chance to eat more. They just did not give me enough food. I did it for 2 weeks, but then as soon as they discharged, straight away I went to supermarket and eat and eat and eat. This is not correcting eating habit. You have to be aware your brain is sick, signaling something wrong within you. I don't want to take side of the boy who murdered a girl. Obviously, he had mental illness, some kind of disorder. Parents are telling him, what have you done? You've been always good boy. And I think he's thinking he's also been good boy. That's why himself couldn't admit he murdered a girl. That's how mental illness is. It's like you have to think 2 different personality. And this one, you've been with yourself all the time. You think you're normal, but once devil pop out, this is the mental illness. A lot of therapists, counselor, they think this person can train this person. They are completely different. They're not connected. And also devil person, it's way stronger. There's nothing that you can train them, or you can talk to them, or you can calm them down. You need to admit this is the sickness, this is the illness. So how people become mental illness is that constant stress. Constantly, you're not receiving the pure love. Constantly, you are receiving some kind of judgment from parents or grown-ups. First of all, I grew up without my dad. My dad never came home. He had other family. But then my mom was the wife. My mom was living with my grandma. She is my dad's mother. So mom was literally living with mother-in-law without her husband. Imagine how stressful for my mom. Anything I do, she criticizes me. I still remember one time I really like writing. My writing Japanese was really, really good. And I got award. My writing was in a city leaflet. And I was really happy. And then I went to home and I showed mom, look, I got award. So straight away she brought it to her family members and showing, look how Momo write it. It's so funny. How come she write it like this? They could not stop laughing, like a not good way, really bad way. You know how much hurting me? I got award in the school and the city. At home, I was laughed. Anything I do good thing, I was always told off. Even I clean up home, my mom told me off. How can you do this? You have to do this way, not that way. Always wanted mom's love. I remembered, how can I be accepted from her? Non-stop, constantly. Every day I was criticized by her. So I guess I was constantly having stress non-stop. And creates my devil. This guy is lack of love. It's just, if you lead to a certain level of the dryness of love, you will create devil. That is called mental illness. Here, why I'm saying why mental illness and spiritual is so related. Let's say like my case, if you never received like pure love, unconditional love from parent, how do you love yourself? You don't know how to love yourself. Love is something like you can try out. But here that I would like to say that nobody talk about it. It's called spirit. It's you. It's yourself. I think mental illness won't stop until you find spirit, until you realize you are a spirit. This is true. This is actually happened to me. It's because I realized I'm a spirit. So what spirit is? Spirit is observing your life and you. So you thinking you are really struggling with your life, yeah? But spirit is just observing. Everything is happening. I know it's really difficult to understand. What is that? Everyone is spirit. Spirit never judge you, never criticize you. That's the real love. But until you wake up, you are a spirit. I don't think you can really handle your mental illness. You know, there is a lot of practice that how to love yourself, how to accept yourself, how to not judge yourself. That's just for me managing. It's always painful to watch drug addict people who are in the center that training themselves until to be sober. This is just temporary. When they come out from the center, it will come back to drug addict because your devil is still there. It's the same thing. Alcoholic, eating disorders, even murders. Human cannot live without love. Unfortunately, some of the kids never received pure love. There's many reasons parents are being also stressful. This world is very stressful, but it's very, very, very important to be aware now and admit that. By the way, my mom never admit I suffer from eating disorders. I don't think she still has. She's always complaining I'm not thankful enough what I have, or she's blaming my friends, blaming my schools, all the time blaming somebody else that I'm having these eating disorders. It's never been her fault. Myself, my mind hurts a lot of what's happening in my life. Why my mom is like this? Why my dad never care about us? You know, non-stop. My mind is judging. You see, they never wanted to you. You're so useless. You're always making trouble to your mom. I think your existence is trouble. Mind is telling me all the time. This is what happens when you don't receive love when you are small. Your own mind starts telling you that you are useless, you are rubbish. Your mind judges you, and that's how you become mental illness. That's how you create your devil. Once you create devil, you can't control. That's very important. You have to remember that. But the spirit, it's completely separate from your mind. That's why it's so important to talk about spirit. I don't think you can stop your mind judging by yourself. This is just a mechanism. That's how it works. I hope more in psychology field there'll be aware spirit. I don't know why the spiritual is something weird that only few people believe in things. It doesn't exist. When you focus how to reach to spirit, there's a quicker way to cure your mental illness, because spirit is love. So that means you realize you're loving yourself. When you wake up to spirit, you can realize you loving yourself. You don't need to receive love from somebody else. You don't need to create your monster to shout to anybody, because the monster is like attention seeker anyway. For my case was like eating. In a way, it's like a give me attention, watch me. And for their attention was the food. You know, the more food comes, they're misunderstanding, but then they understood somebody is watching me. So that's why I needed to constantly feed them. That could be alcohol, that could be drug, that could be murder. You know, that's the huge attention. So here is the solution. First thing is that you have to admit if you think you have like a strange behavior, or like you might think you have some kind of disorders or addiction, you have to admit you're suffering some kind of mental illness. A second, I think, yes, talking therapy would help, but not completely. It will help partly. What would they help is aware of your mind, how much your mind judging you. When you go to talk therapy, you will be aware, oh my God, how much I'm judging, how much I'm not loving. So that's your mind. It's very important to be aware. So the talking therapy would help. But I said not completely. That means your mind cannot stop judge yourself. A lot of people think mind can help mind. Once you create mind, it just come up like a water fountain, okay? You can't stop. Let's say when you have super negative, super judgmental mind that you have. No, I can change to positive. No, you can do temporary, but this comes out like mold in the kitchen. It just keep growing. You have to admit nothing you can do about it. So how to completely stop your mind? You need to realize the mind is not you. How to connect spirit or how to switch your mind to spirit? Try the meditation. It might take time. I wish I can activate your spirit. That's what I do when I have seminars. The meditation would help. First, when you close your eyes, I'm sure your mind voice is just keep coming, and you might think this is not working. That's fine. Just fine. Try not to stop them. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. When you keep meditating, your spirit will come out itself and you will realize, oh my God, mind, whatever judgment, it's not me. And slowly, you start feeling your true love, okay? And then you start winning to your devil. It will eventually disappear. I hope this video was useful for you. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.